Yaremchuk of Italy, former Ukrainian. She will be tough, could well get up there in the top 10. Diana Vanez. We're not sure she's starting, actually. She dropped out of the half marathon yesterday with about a kilometre to go. The British squad, well, they'll give a good account of themselves. Nesbitt and Ockenden. Look out for the Spaniards, though. Gallardo and Berzosa. The Italians, too, will be strong. The team race yesterday in the half marathon was won on the men's side by the French and on the women's side by the home nation.
Stand by to welcome our elite athletes on the front row.
Well, one of the favourites for today, of course, Clara Lucan of Slovenia, fastest in the field. She's ranked 4th in Europe, the national record holder, and a really exciting young prospect as well. Someone who's come up through the ranks, racing at 800, but looks very comfortable in the longer distances. Sarah Lahti, the Swedish national record holder, 3-time champion of Sweden. It's her second Road 10K of the season. All eyes will be on Nadia Battocletti, who has a unique opportunity to hold European titles on all 3 surfaces at once. Over 10,000 metres, and of course cross country. Her home favourite Jana van Lent will be one to watch as well, setting a new national record in February over this distance, clocking 31:17. We see the women poised and ready to go, each and every one of them with their hands on the watches, and there was what looked to be a stumble there from Sarah Lahti of Sweden, who stood up. They weren't called back though. The race continues, of course, no real advantage. She stood right up there. She knew what she'd done and just regathered herself, steadied herself. But yeah, as you rightly say, Tim, it is a tough course, particularly around 3 kilometres. There's that sharp uphill. We saw it yesterday in the half marathon. The marathon runners will also have to experience it when they come back into Leuven for the first time. They use pretty much the half marathon course for the second half of their race, and there will be challenges.
Left South Sudan as a kid and took refuge in Kenya at the age of 8. The former footballer, Lobalu, and then ended up in Switzerland and has become one of the greatest distance runners in Europe of all time, frankly, building up titles. Battocletti not hanging around. No, she's admitted she knows that there's a target on her back. She spoke about that in the press conference. She knows that she's one of the ones to beat. Clara Lucan up there as well, of course, in that really distinctive kit of Slovenia. It's so easy to spot the highlighted green. She's the fastest in the field, though. She's so exciting to watch. I saw her race last season at the night of the 10Ks in London, and she just got so much talent, and it'll be really interesting to see how she hones that over the course of the next few seasons. Keeping an eye out for Beth Potter as well, the bronze medalist in the triathlon at the Olympic Games over summer. And already gaps opening up in the women's race as Clara Lucan and Nadia Battocletti pulling away. Yeah, Lucan, a relatively new name on the scene at this level, isn't she? But she's run supremely well already this year, and she may be the main challenger to Battocletti. Although 1 or 2 former Kenyans in this field as well. There's Battocletti's card, as Ellen has said, has the opportunity to become European champion on 3 surfaces. That is special. It really does underline what a supreme athlete she is. But she's super consistent too as well. You know, it's not just that she races well, she never races badly. Yeah, I think that's the thing with Battocletti. I see a few similarities between her and Jimmy Gressier as well, in the way they carry themselves and the confidence that they hold. And I think that's something that Clara Lucan over the next couple of years will try and really hone in for herself and define that identity. We know what to expect from Nadia Battocletti. And as you said, you know, in terms of Isaac Kameli on the men's side racing for the home nation today, Battocletti is a complete athlete as well. She's proved that over the years. It was so exciting to see her make the step up to the senior level on the cross country, because she was such an accomplished junior. And similar for Clara Lucan on the track, she started out in 800 metres, but has really just become at home over these longer distances. And what I'm really interested in to see is how she then transfers that onto the track, because that's the bit that hasn't quite really clicked yet for Clara Lucan. She's great on the road, she's great in cross country, and it'll be exciting to see over the next 12 months where she can really take it on the track. Well, some of the top national standard men who started some 30 or 40 seconds after the women, obviously mixing it with the women. Now caught them up. In the red there in the background, by the way, that's Yasemin Can of Turkey, former Kenyan. She's a 31-16 athlete. She needs to get up alongside these athletes. She's got a great record in major championships as Chan. But at the moment, back in that second pack behind the leading pair of Lucan and Battocletti. This is the women leading into the hill, now coming out of the town and up and away into the countryside to the north of central Leuven. Lucan and Battocletti side by side. I'm trying to see one of the French athletes there in third place.
Yeah, that's Mekdes Woldou of France, 32-year-old, and wasn't introduced to the crowd as one of the favourites, but certainly when you look at her time, she has a lot of potential to claim a medal and lead the way for France today in the top 8 in the European Championships. She's got a really strong personal best of 31.25. That was set in Berlin, and this one of her early races of her season, although she did open her season in Valencia with a season's best of 31.43, and has now joined the two leaders with Sarah Larty in the slightly orange kit of
it is, isn't
Sweden.
it? It's sort of
yeah.
orangey yellow. It's a weird kit that it's almost like it's been brought out in the wrong colours. We associate Sweden with a lovely lemon yellow vest. Newham, an Essex Beagles vest goes past there. Some athletes from all over Europe and beyond, taking part, of course, in the open category, the mass race. Machado goes through. I had a chat with her coach yesterday, and he was very optimistic of her chances here. Daughter of Manuela Machado, who was a great Portuguese racer of years gone by.
You can see the GB vest just lurking at the back. That's the head of Beth Potter, bobbing up and down with the glasses on her head. Such an experienced racer. Coming back to her roots, of course, represented Great Britain and Northern Ireland at the 2016 Olympic Games on the track over 10,000 metres in Rio, and has been focused, she says, over the last couple of winters on her swim and her bike in terms of her triathlon training to really strengthen those. But she says she's got to a point where she's really happy and now can focus back on what was her first love and the athletics side of things. It's great to see her back amongst the start list in a GD vest.
The men approaching 5 kilometres, by the way, 14 minutes on the clock. They have negotiated that massive hill after about 3Ks, so that will have slowed them a little bit, but I'd expect them to go through in around 14 minutes, 14:15 on the clock now, as we see the leading women from high above, as that string of 5 or 6 tucked behind the leading pair who are running side by side, but they are being stretched, aren't they, here, Ellen? Look at that, alongside the canal now, which runs north-south through the north of the city. They're still heading northwards out towards Vizela, that suburb of the city to the north.
Yeah, this is a nice stretch of slightly twisting and turning roads, but it's flat, it's smooth, the surface underfoot is great, the roads look really well maintained, and of course our front two women moving along nicely, and then behind them we have Jana van Lent, the home favourite for Belgium. Woldou has dropped back slightly after initially coming onto the shoulders of our leading pair who have been side by side since the gun. She's now dropped back and is sitting in 4th place.
Well, I'm hoping we're going to get splits for the 5K in the men's race. Apologies, nothing's come through yet, and they've been running for 15 and a half minutes. Here's that leading group in the women's field, moving along really nicely. I just wonder if it's only a matter of time before Battocletti changes gear and starts really testing them. I think she's well capable of putting in a surge here. She has looked quite astonishingly consistent this last year or so, including a medal at the Games in Paris at 10,000.
You have to feel, though, Clara Lucan will be confident that she can match her with the time that she's laid down this season. as well. The picture changes in the women's race as well. Yaremchuk and Lati now on the shoulders of Clara Lucan and Nadia Battocletti, and not too far back as well is Mekdeswoldu of France. Van Lent now, who was really pushing to try and get into the medal picture for Belgium. She's fallen back slightly. Dietrich is there as well, the orangey yellowy bib of Germany. Here is Nadia Battocletti, who has found herself in pole position to become the first athlete to claim European titles on all three surfaces and hold them at the same time. We took a brief look back there. You can see in the mirror of the bike alongside her, filming the Italian, just how far ahead she is. Well, in a surge coming through, it's Clara Lucan now falling backwards as Dietrich of Germany moving her way up, and Machado of Portugal gritting her teeth. She now looks to be into the silver medal position. It's been a long time since we went back to this group who are falling behind Nadia Battocletti, who's now into the home straight, and just looks completely focused, doesn't she? She's an excellent athlete to watch, such a talent. Rallying behind, though, she can't take it too easily, though, as she comes through the last 500 metres, because behind her, Machado of Portugal is absolutely gunning here. She's gritting her teeth and driving towards the line. She's up into the silver medal position. She's surged forward. This has been a brilliant race from the Portuguese athlete, who we just haven't seen any of all race. She was there lurking. She's moved her way through the field in very similar manner to what we saw yesterday in the half marathon. Has she gone too early, though? She's falling back now. Battocletti well in control and heading towards a superb hat-trick. The battle behind for the medals, though, and those behind her is the interesting watch. Dietrich of Germany still going. Clara Lucan's there as well. Yaremchuk of Italy falling backwards while her teammate cruises towards another European title. These women's 10k athletes scattered amongst those who are in the mass start for the first wave of the 10k runners. It's Machado who's leading.
She's
in the battle.
So hard,
she is. I think she's gone too early, and here is Dietrich, who cruises past her now. The German into the silver medal position, but no doubt Nadia Battocletti does it again. A perfect hat-trick for the Italian, who becomes the first to hold a European title on all three surfaces. It was never in doubt. Clara Lucan, who's fourth in the European all-time list, she's now surging towards the line, but it will be Dietrich to Germany who takes the silver medal ahead of Clara Lucan, who's had a superb season so far, but just can't replicate it at championship level at the moment. She takes bronze.
Lati there, I think, coming home in 5th or 6th place, and the other Italian, Yaremchuk, faded in the last kilometre or so. There was a lot of accelerations and changes of positions in that last kilometre. Yaremchuk, who looks in 3rd with about 2k to go, I think has ended up in 6th or 7th place. They will confirm those for you. By the way, Jan Schrubb's winning time, 27.37. Very, very quick running on a course of this nature, with all the twists and turns and that significant incline in the first half of this one loop 10k. D'Aguino, 27.46, was 9 seconds back, in 27.58 for Kimeli of Belgium in the bronze medal position. The first three under 28 minutes, separated from the others by that 28-minute barrow, rather conveniently.
A brilliant final surge from Eva Dietrich of Germany to take the silver medal. First German on the podium. Agatha Kauner of Latvia coming towards the line. One of the many athletes we're used to seeing over the shorter distances on the track, making the step up. Really strong team. Well, we've seen that as well with the Italians, and was it ever in doubt? She admitted that she had a target on her back. What a brilliant story. Nadia Battocletti making it 3 from 3, a perfect hat-trick, and European champion once again. She's still studying her engineering studies. She has one final exam to go. She did another exam recently, and she says she really actually likes having the balance between her studies
Hi, I'm Nadia Battocletti. Sign up now to the European Athletics YouTube channel.